Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, bro. Yeah, welcome to the Monday morning recap, everybody. Brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros. Doubles that first deposits all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. They put partner picks on the site, which is awesome. So you could click it, and then the entire world, gets to see your name and then your pick of the week.
And
Whoa.
Whoa. Sorry, I've been drinking this.
I would have too after your pick.
Rendezvous.
Boosted odds.
Boosted odds.
Yes.
Which I did.
Yeah.
I used my own boosted odds for the Georgia game, and it was awesome. They worked Texas exactly how I should know. I was shocked to see something on there, Bob.
What?
Saw Ryan Bader, saw a bunch of famous people, and then I see Rob Fox on there. Rob Fox had a pick.
Yeah.
And the pick was?
Oh, boy. I don't remember. Indiana over was
No.
one.
No.
Which one was it?
It was USF over Navy. That was your pick of the week on there.
Yeah. I liked that, and that went bad.
Why? Why do you like these fringe teams? I cannot for the life of me.
Everyone picks the normal stuff. You got to get a little weird.
You can't, because you can't win those. Like, that's a coin toss at the end of the day. Like, Navy winning that game, was that shocking to you? It wasn't to me.
Yes, actually it was. They haven't really beaten anyone that has a pulse. So that USF blew that fucking game. And now maybe blew their chance for a spot in the playoff. Because I don't
100%.
know. They're not going to make the AAC final.
No.
Navy, it's probably boxed out because they lost to one of the teams above them. So it's they lost to North Texas. So I think it's North Texas and I forget the other one. But yeah, it'll be North Texas playing for a playoff spot, probably.
Which is awesome. I like that. But yeah, man, those fringe teams on the top 25.
Tulane, that was the other one.
Anybody can win these fucking things on a week-to-week basis. I don't get it, but then again, that's how the NFL feels this year. Start with the Chiefs. Boy, I don't know what this team is anymore. Watched that game yesterday. They lost to Denver. Denver's got the greatest defense in the entire league, and it's not particularly close. That's the only thing that is keeping them in the fucking league this year.
This game is always close no matter what is going on.
It is,
This is the, in my opinion, this is the rivalry in professional football. And it's not a big headline rivalry which is interesting because both of these teams have won Super Bowls in the last 10 years. The Chiefs, a lot of them.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And the Broncos kind of ran that division for about a decade and a half.
Oh, yeah. They had a great run.
People don't think of it now as like a modern rivalry, but even when on the tail end of the Broncos' success, when they sucked for a little while, this is always a close game. It's always a tough game, no matter which stadium it's in. I think it's the best rivalry. It's the most competitive rivalry.
It's also the only I like the AFC West. It's a fun division, but the Chargers have no fans anymore.
That's true.
Nope.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are the Raiders. So
Right.
these are the two blue bloods of the AFC West.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember a Raiders team being good this century other than Rich Gannon.
Yes, the one that made the Super Bowl.
Maybe 2001, maybe?
Yeah, although I guess the one, I think it was actually also Rich Gannon, the Tuck rule.
Oh, that's right, against Brady.
That was actually before they won the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
They won the Super. They had the Tuck rule and then won the Super Bowl the next, or lost the
Yeah.
Super Bowl the next year to
You're
the
right, that
Bucs.
got Brady to the Super Bowl, and then
Yeah.
he beat the Rams.
They lost to Chucky,
Chucky.
their old coach.
They lost to Chucky
Chucky
there.
stepped in and coached a team that somebody else had built
Yeah,
and has been coasting.
ever since.
God, he's the
Ever
best. He's making so much money. He's going to get so much money from the NFL. That lawsuit that's going on right now for $100 million.
From him for the firing, yeah.
Because somebody leaked his emails. Somebody broke inside
Right.
of his emails and
Right.
leaked them. And the NFL tried to stop the judge. Well, they went to the judge and said, hey, you can't say where this leak is from. This would be bad for whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's going to be bad for you guys. It
Yeah.
ain't bad for me. And
Yeah.
the judge is like, I'll allow this. So they're in settlement negotiations right now. God knows what he's going to get. Because otherwise, I think he'd be coaching right now.
Probably. Who knows?
He might be up
great.
for one of these SEC jobs. I think he'd be a great college coach.
How old is he?
He's not.
I would be just a little worried.
He's probably
but
50 something.
62.
All right. I mean,
All right.
hey,
Yeah.
that's you still got 10 good years if you want to go back to college,
Yeah.
or at least 5 to 7.
Yeah, if you got 5 to 7 years, for
5
sure.
to 7. But yeah, watch this game. Derek was at it. Was texting with Derek. He was on the field. Got to do all the fun things. Saw him with Travis Kelce hanging out before the game. And then they kicked 5 field goals and had a touchdown. Just one lonely touchdown. But the Chiefs couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Nobody's afraid of Pat Mahomes anymore. Nobody's afraid of the Chiefs. And no one gives a shit.
It seems like they've been figured out.
It sure does. And now they're 5-5, 1-4 on the road, which I can't remember that in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they look fucking bad. I mean, actually, I will
Terrible.
say their defense still looks great, but the
Defense looks
offense,
good.
the offense is just like they haven't adjusted. This is probably Andy Reid's worst year as a head coach in 20 years.
Well, I mean, Kelce had a good game. He had 9 for 91 and a touchdown. He looked fine. It's the running game again, by the way. I feel like we're beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
It's still the running game where it's just like, all right, Kareem Hunt can't be your leading rusher with 59 yards.
Right.
Sorry. That's not a thing in the NFL. And it didn't really matter, man. Broncos are 9-2 now. And it's the worst 9-2 football team
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
Sell every ounce of stock.
God. If there's just anybody with a pulse of an offense, they could lose, but they're not, and they're 9-2, and they could be headed towards a first-round bye, which sounds fucking impossible. Patriots are also 9-2.
Yep.
I actually believe in the Patriots.
I
so.
feel like I trust the Patriots more than the Broncos.
So
Although
do
Bo
I.
Nix, if you're close in the fourth quarter, Bo Nix is going to find a fucking way.
He'll find a way, and that is the best defense there is. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe this is that old Tampa Bay or Baltimore team that was just so fucking boring all year that we
Yeah.
hated, and then they end up winning because nobody else could score.
Well, this last season, this Chiefs team was 9-0 at this point before they went in and got wrecked pretty good by Buffalo. And they were not good.
Right.
They benefited from a lot of luck. They benefited from a favorable schedule.
Same thing as the Broncos.
And, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now they got their ass handed to them. And that's what. But the difference with the Chiefs is between the Chiefs and the Broncos is the Broncos defense is elite.
Yes.
The Chiefs defense was really good last year. The Broncos defense is the best in football, and it's not close.
No, I watched the entire game because I had a bunch of money on it yesterday. Lost it, obviously. Yet again, huge shock. So I watched the entire game. It is an elite all-time defense. If they had one fucking playmaker on the other side, just one, because Dobbins is now out for the year.
Yep.
If they had one elite playmaker on the other side of the ball, just one, God knows how far this team could go, but they don't have anybody. Bo Nix is still doing fine. He has no one to throw to. You don't have a tight end. They don't have any running backs anymore. Harvey's still there.
Yeah.
But he's a rookie.
Still got Cortland Sutton, who's
Yeah.
not a bad wide. He's a good
He's
wide receiver.
fine.
I think he's better than people think because he played so
He's a
many
number
years
two.
on a.
He's a number two.
Yeah.
But yeah, watching this, it was wild. And we'll start with We'll start with this Jets-Patriots game here that's kicked off the week, which was awful. So I watched this too because I had money on it. And this one I won. I had the Patriots here. I watched the Jets and what they were doing with Justin Fields. They tanked this game on purpose. I'm not kidding. They ran the ball up the middle. They were only down in the fourth quarter.
It was close.
It was.
Yeah.
And they were only down by like a touchdown.
Yeah,
and then they ran the ball up the middle every single play. And I go, oh, that's a team who's just trying to throw this for draft picks.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Get a quarterback or something.
They're going to bench Fields now the rest of the year. They're going to put Tyrod Taylor in. That was announced earlier today here. So they are literally tanking to get an even better draft pick for next year, which I agree with. What's the point, you know?
Where are
10
they?
games in.
I think they're in the pole position, right?
They are.
Yeah, like they're the shittiest record in football, I believe.
Yeah, dude. So why blow it now?
Them and the Browns.
I think it's fine. Next up was Commanders Dolphins, or Redskins Dolphins, whatever.
In España.
God, that was an awful game. That was the worst game of the weekend. I mean, it's not even close here. This was 13-13. Both teams refused to kick field goals for some reason in this game. It looked like both teams, honestly, were trying to throw this game, and then someone had to win.
Yeah.
And then Homeboy just fumbled the ball magically on the 5-yard line and was like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to risk this anymore. So, yeah, both these teams are fucking done. Panthers, Falcons. All right, fire everyone in sight. Get rid of everyone you have here. Guess who's out for the year, guys? You want to take a wild swing?
Bijan Robinson?
Penix.
Penix. Again,
Done.
with another knee injury. And they're like, oh, man, it's his 5th in the last 6 years. Well, we all knew that, even at the draft. So thank God he's hurt again. He's, 26 years old now with 4 ACL tears?
Right.
He'll be 26 by May.
Yeah.
Before next
Yep.
season, yeah.
Yep. What a waste of a fucking team, dude.
Are the Panthers finding something?
No.
I mean,
this was...
They're 6-5. Bryce Young's numbers are insane in this game.
Well, because he had to. They were down, and then Penix got hurt.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins came in there. God, he looks like he wants to be on another planet. I mean, him and Rodgers just look like they want to retire in like an hour.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's
We'll-
like,
we'll
dude,
see.
is this over yet?
They've put together a bunch of good games. The Bills fucked them up. They lost to the Saints somehow. I don't know what happened there. But they went on the road and beat, not that the Jets are great or anything, but they went to their house and beat them.
It's the worst team in the league, though.
But, I mean,
Doesn't matter.
dude,
It's a great defense.
I think Bryce Young might be kind of turning a corner because he finally got a receiver. Ted McMillan has been fantastic.
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
Enrico Dowdle is running the fuck out of the
Oh,
ball.
he sure is.
We'll see this week. They go to San Francisco,
Yeah.
at San Francisco. So we'll
She'll
see.
lose
If they
that
can
game.
hang. But if they can hang.
Now, if they lose
I
by
don't even think they
3,
can
if they
lose.
lose by a field goal in this game, then you know they've made progress. So I mean, it's not just progress on the field; it's progress in the coaching staff too, like the ability to call a good game. By the way, they're a half game back from Tampa Bay
Yeah.
for first place
Oh,
in
yeah.
the division right
which
now.
is, by the way,
Tampa's so hurt, though, that it's like, I don't even know they're did you know the running backs are out, too? Like, they're not even missing
Yeah.
receivers. They're missing running backs now. Like, it's a broken team, man.
it's worth noting, too. I need to look this up. I have to look this up because I saw this at the beginning of the year, and my first thought upon seeing this was, I don't blame them. This Panthers podcast, I forget the name of it, but it's like a fairly decent-sized Panthers podcast. They started 0-2, and they're like, we're done. This hurts so much.
Yeah.
This is so painful. We can't fucking do this. Fuck this team. Fuck this ownership. Now they're 6-5.
I know.
And I hope, and if those guys are broadcasting again,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
You have no principles.
Now, for me, I told you that the Falcons were worthless. This was a DEI hire across the board, GM, coach, everything else. They're 3-7. Sorry. Just call it like I see it here. Blow up this entire franchise. Keep Bijan, keep Drake London. Actually, not the franchise. Let's get a quarterback. Tank for Sayin if you can next year, because let's face it, we're not going to be good next year. And then get rid of this coach, GM, and everybody else. Because these guys are the fucking worst, man. Just the absolute fucking worst. I don't blame the Buccaneers here against the Bills. There's nobody left. I watched this game too because I had money on it.
Yeah.
Now this tee's up, so it won luckily, but barely. S. Tucker was the guy who was at running back for Tampa Bay. He had a good game. I've never heard of this human being in my entire life.
And
he started.
Yeah.
And he had over 100 yards. Like, he was awesome.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't even know who this is. And this was the number 44 dude I was talking about where I was like, was this a fullback that was converted? Like, what happened there? I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
like,
they're
that's not a running back number.
They're real banged up for sure. I mean, this is a good draft, by the way, for the Falcons. So, be
coming up?
Yeah, be shitty.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Like, hey, but
there's a ton of talent.
His name's Sean Tucker, and he averaged 5.5 a carry at Syracuse.
Syracuse, huh?
Yeah.
These running backs come out of nowhere, though.
I know. I never
like
even
for
heard
every
of him at
Saquon
Syracuse.
Barkley who's like, yeah, I played for Penn State and shit like that, or Derrick Henry played for Alabama. Like, just go look back. Like, Latainian Tomlinson was a G5 running back. He was at TCU before they were in a power conference. Like, Terrell Davis, I guess, was a Georgia running back, but he barely played. Like, I swear to God, it's always like the randomest fucking dudes.
I don't think this guy even got drafted. Yeah, and it doesn't appear as if Sean Tucker got drafted, by the way, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Good for him, dude. That's amazing. What a cool story. But the Buccaneers are getting blown out, and like you said, they're only half a game behind the Panthers right now, which is wild to me. Texans, Titans, no need for any of this in my face, on my body, don't care. Titans are 1-9, so they're the worst in the league.
Oh, fuck, I missed the Titans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
boy.
forgot.
That's not a real team.
Remember the
so-
Titans. Remember the
I
Titans.
can't,
There
and
was a movie.
I honestly refuse to.
Do we have to talk about the next game? Do we have to talk?
I think
do
we
to
have
start
to address
talking about the Bears.
We need to address the 7-3 Chicago
God, dude,
Bears.
I cannot believe it. Now,
Yeah, fucking Caleb Williams went off 16 for 32. Just fucking terrible.
I mean, and his counterpart did the exact same numbers. And when I mean, equally. J.J. McCarthy was also 16 for 32. Difference is he had 2 picks and only 150 yards. Vikings fans are calling for this guy's head, and they want the fucking backup there. I don't know who that is because the other guy got hurt. He's out for the year.
Let's see. Max Bosmer?
Oh, yes.
Max Brosmer. Sorry, Max Brosmer.
That's it. There was a bunch of Drinkin' Bro listeners who were hitting me up and said, let's start this fucking guy. Where was he from? Was he the Louisville quarterback?
He played for the New Hampshire Wildcats and then transferred to Minnesota.
The Gophers?
Yeah, the Gophers.
That'd be at least a fun story for them.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you're gonna do that, but
Yeah, Midwestern kid. When did
God, this game was so
He-
fucking bad across the board.
he also played college football for 6 years.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, at one point, like, I remember, because when I was watching it, the Vikings only had 3 points going into the fourth, and I was like, holy shit, it can't get any worse. And then they started coming back, which was hilarious. And
well, the Bears haven't beaten a team yet that has a winning record.
Nope.
The closest was actually this week at 4. Well, technically, no, because they lost the first 2 games. The closest they came this week was Minnesota, who was 4-5 at the time.
You mean your first place Chicago Bears?
Yeah. I mean, 7-3, dude. They're in. They're in the playoffs.
They are tied for the second best record in the NFC right
Can't
now.
wait because that's going to be like a 20-plus point loss in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, easily.
They're going to get fucking hammered
Easily.
so bad.
I wonder who they would. They would probably get someone like the Seahawks. I would imagine would be
At Seattle?
no, it would be at Chicago because they're the division winner. If the playoffs ended today,
Okay. Interesting. Packers, Giants, really stoked that they sat out Jackson Dart in this one. Look, I don't believe in the Packers whatsoever either, so I'm not even going to
right?
pretend
Like
that.
it feels just.
I
Like,
watched this game as well, the entire game. There was a fucking route by Jalen Hyatt because Jameis Winston's got a pick on his resume here, which is fucking bullshit. The last route of the game, it's an out, and he stopped running. And so the ball is going to meet you there. I
Right.
watched this goddamn thing, and like, this is what we teach our kids, just a fucking 10-yard out. And he just stopped running. So, like, this was not on Jameis Winston. And, like, the reason why he looked so shocked in the camera was, like, fucking run, bro. Like, even if you don't catch the ball, you could have knocked it down from the defender or whatever.
Right.
This is the reason why that Jalen Hyatt is not a superstar in the NFL. He does not run routes. He doesn't finish routes. He doesn't do shit.
there's a cool stat in the NFL now and in college football actually. I think it's from Pro Football Focus that I kind of like to look at. I don't know what it is for this game, but instead of they do look at interceptions and stuff like that, but they also have a stat called turnover-worthy throws.
Okay.
So it's just like a throw that has surpasses some threshold of like that's a dangerous throw or like that throw very well could have been picked, even if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it's just like maybe the cornerback dropped it or whatever the fuck. It's like yeah.
Yeah, but that also would penalize people who are like Matt Stafford is really good at throwing a ball, and Breeze was good at this before, where only your guy can catch it. Mm-hmm. So it feels like it's a close call, but
Yeah.
the only way it can go wrong is if you miss and the receiver can't get it because he just doesn't throw picks. Stafford didn't. Drew Brees didn't throw picks.
No.
I mean, neither did A-Rod was like that too. Most of his career, he had one season where he had 11, but for most of his career, it was somewhere between 25 and 45 touchdowns and 3 or 4 picks every fucking year.
The irony of what you just said is Drew Brees was calling this game, and he goes, "Hey, dude, I can tell you what's going on here." Like afterwards, and he said the same thing that I was thinking when I was watching. I was like, "Oh fuck." So yeah, in the presser afterwards, he was like, "Dude, that guy stopped running his route. Like that's not on." Winston.
Well, there's so few people that can play that position. It's crazy because you got to be like to be elite, to be at any given time a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And by the way, only 15 people are actually doing a good job.
Sure.
In any given year, to be elite at the top 10, you have to have the body for it, right?
Yep.
The arm strength, you have to have a good offensive line to keep you from getting your shit pushed in, and you got to have the brain that can fucking see the field that way. I think it might be the most exclusive club of talent on earth.
Oh, easily.
Right?
I mean,
what other thing exists in any sort of professional sport where there's only, like in a team sport especially, where there's only 10 people at any given time that can even do it? Well,
I mean, the only other sport that would even come to mind is not team sports, tennis. Where it's like there's 4 dudes, and that's it. Like
it.
everyone, there's other players who are all very good, but they get up against those guys, and it's just like you're playing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
you don't ever, for the last 30 years, you don't see those guys win majors ever. It's one of the 4 guys.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what happens, unless all the 4 guys sit it out.
The last, I think,
only time.
12 majors have been won by 2 dudes.
Yes.
So there's nothing you can do, and what's his nuts isn't one of them. The guy who's
Joker
isn't one of them.
Yeah.
It's the other 2. Next up is Steelers Bengals. Look, man, this was another high-scoring game, and Steelers are winning. Technically, they're 6-4. It's not pretty to watch over there.
That's Steelers football.
I know.
That's Mike Tomlin football.
It is. And he's gonna get
Why
into
didn't
the
Mason
playoffs.
Rudolph take half the snaps here? Did they just get pull A-Rod for some reason?
He broke his arm. So his non-throwing arm is broken, and he got taken out of the game. So they're doing an MRI today. They're going to figure out what they're going to do. And then Mason Rudolph may start going forward, or potentially Will Howard. I don't know how that's going to shake out.
Why would you say potentially Will Howard?
I know look, believe what you want about the fans. The fans really want him for some reason because he had a great preseason and all that bullshit. But Mason Rudolph knows this playbook inside and out.
Mike Tomlin doesn't give a fuck what the fans
I
want.
agree. And Mason Rudolph knows this playbook for 6 years over a rookie. I don't see it fucking happening. You say all you want.
Seems like with the Steelers, you literally just need textbook game manager.
And all he did was just dip and dive.
Yep.
He threw it to Kenneth Gainwell 6 or 7 times in that game. So I had money on this. And he threw it to kid. I didn't even know Kenneth Gainwell was on that team, by the way. I didn't on the Steelers. And he had a good game, but I was like, oh shit. There's Kenneth Gainwell from the Eagles. I thought he was still with the Eagles, but he's not. So it doesn't really matter there, and they're going to the playoffs, whether you like it or not. There was a Steelers fan who hit me up after last week's show and just ran around. You have Mike Tomlin if you want him. Yes, bring him on down to Atlanta. Love to have another fucking playoff year. Great. Chargers got absolutely dismantled by the Jaguars there. Yeesh, dude.
Chargers they'll probably end up sneaking in the playoffs, but they're not going to do well because they don't have any running backs.
Yep.
They don't have any.
None.
It's just you can't, especially with a Harbaugh offense. I mean, it's built around that. I don't know how you succeed.
I don't either.
And there's no guarantee they make the playoffs. I don't know what the rest of their season looks like schedule-wise, but
they'd have to lose 6 out of the last 7, though, maybe, because I think 9 and 8 will get you in. And they're already 7 and 4.
In the AFC or the AFC West?
Yeah.
I don't think so. The Chiefs will win. They'll end up winning 10 or 12 games, probably.
But if you look at their schedule, so they got the Raiders next week. They win that game at home, I think. Eagles, loss. Chiefs, probably a loss. Cowboys, who knows? Texans,
Loss.
Broncos.
If you can't run the ball against the Texans and they're able to stack the box on you or blitz you the whole fucking game, you're fucked.
You're right. There might be only 2 wins left on the schedule here. I don't know if 9 and 8 gets you in. You might be right.
Yeah, at Chiefs is tough.
At Chiefs is tough.
Just because Jacksonville's been streaky, I think Baltimore is going to make a move at some point, and then you have the Patriots and Bills, they're both going to win fucking 12 or 13 games, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to get those those wild card spots are going to shrink away pretty fast.
Yeah. Next up was finally in a big game against the Rams, 4 picks. Something just tenses up inside this guy, and he can't do it, dude.
So
this score was a lot closer than it should be. The fucking Rams were safe field up by 10 most of this fucking game, and I was just like, all right, cool.
all of Darnold's worst games have been against the Rams.
Really?
The Rams kind of, including in the playoffs last year, when we were like, oh, he shit his pants in the playoffs against the same team. This week, huge game to control the division. Same, like they, for whatever reason, they own Darnold.
4 picks.
Yeah, it's bad.
Next up, 49ers, man. Threw in Brock Purdy in this game, by the way. Doesn't matter. It's a plug-and-play system here. And their efficiency, if you look at this offense over the quarters, I know it's the Cardinals and they fucking suck. 13, 12, 10, 6. Fucking A, dude. You're not going to lose. Like, sorry.
Niners might jump up and bite someone in the playoffs, to be completely honest. Like, they might ruin somebody's season.
We'll see this week against the Panthers. Like, I'm serious, because the Panthers have a dynamic offense. They have good receiver, I think he's still a decent quarterback, but they got 2 running backs. So if the 49ers were able to shut them down like they did with the Cardinals for the most part, a lot of these, like those 12 points in the fourth quarter, don't look at those. This is a 41-10 game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if they're able to pull something like this against the Panthers, I would say almost certainly they win a wild card game.
Easily.
Just because.
Especially if it's at home.
Because it's formulaic and they're locked in. Mm-hmm. It's hard to beat that shit.
I would not be thrilled to catch the 49ers first round.
Yeah. Ravens, Browns. All right, I watched this game as well here. This was in the quad because the YouTube TV was back up this weekend.
Well, the big story is the coming out party for Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, he lit it up.
What were his numbers, by the way, his final numbers?
4 for 16, 47 yards, 2.9 average, a pick, and a QBR of 2.4, a rating of 13.5. The worst game in the history of the NFL, basically.
2 sacks for 27 yards, and something tells me when you're averaging 10, 15 yards a sack, that's probably more on the quarterback than the...
That's exactly right, yes. So here's what I don't have a John Madden diagram to draw right now, but I'm going to tell you what happens, and you can go rewatch this game on Sunday Ticket or whatever if you got YouTube TV, and you can verify what I'm saying. So 3 or 5 step drop, and then the ends start to come around, right? And instead of going forward so that your offensive line can push them backwards and out away from you, he goes farther back every single fucking time. At no point does he ever step up in the pocket, which is what you're fucking trained to do from birth as a quarterback.
Well, the problem is when you play at Colorado, that's the problem. When you play at an easy high school and you play at Colorado, you can get away with that type of game. I was watching his throws. 1, you're 100% right. 2, you can make those against shitty college teams and shitty high school tems. You cannot do that in the NFL. No. And when I watched it, that was not an NFL player on that field. No. And they were up by a touchdown going into the fourth quarter.
As an experiment, go start up tonight if you're not, or do it tomorrow because tonight's Monday Night Football, and I think you can actually
watch it
now.
Yeah, it's back.
But between then and now, or tomorrow or whenever, when you're not watching football, turn Madden on, put it on the easiest mode, and get yourself the best quarterback that's got some speed. Get Lamar Jackson, and just call whatever play, doesn't matter. Audible every single play, and then run around, dodge people, and sling the ball, and you'll have 600 yards at the end of that game. Then turn it on to not even
all Madden.
Not even all Madden. Just turn it on to like pro or fucking veteran or whatever the fucking settings are, and you will get your ass fucked up every single play. That is not reality. To your point, that's not how it works in the NFL. And the real story of this game is still on the same team, but on the other side of the ball. And that's 4 sacks for Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is on pace for 26 sacks right now, which would break the all-time record by 3.5 sacks. Yep. And he's doing it on one of the worst teams ever.
The only reason that they were in this game was because of Myles Garrett. And by the way, they were up by a touchdown at the end. With as shitty as Shedeur Sanders was, they were still up because of Myles Garrett.
That's how good this defense is. I mean,
it's a waste. It's a waste.
Lamar Jackson had 2 picks, got sacked 5 times. Derrick Henry had 100 yards rushing, so great on him. But still, the Browns should have won this game
Easily.
if they could just have any level of confidence.
Any
on
quarterback,
offense.
yeah. And they got nothing.
Probably not even like scoring, just like an extra first down or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And not throwing a pick or
Yeah.
whatever, not losing so much yardage, all that shit.
Next game was Lions, Eagles. This was the Sunday night game. Watched all of this as well here. Kid was in a soccer tournament, so I took the morning
By the way,
shift.
before
Wife took the
we
night
move on,
shift.
I'm just looking at this stat.
Sure.
So, Shedeur Sanders he got sacked twice for 27 yards. That's 13.5 yards per sack, to your point. Lamar Jackson got sacked 5 times for 26 yards. That's 5.2 yards. That's
Yep.
a normal drop back.
Yeah,
He got sacked where he dropped back.
Because Lamar doesn't like see people and then go.
Yeah.
Right, because it's impossible. It's
Right.
too fast. You're not going to run away from Miles
But that
Garrett.
is, I guarantee, like to your point, like that's how Shedeur Sanders was trained to play quarterback.
What was
Yeah.
his?
It's just go, hey man, if the receivers are open, fucking great, but you're a baller, dude. Just do your fucking thing.
You're watching it with Archie Manning in real time now.
Yeah.
But you're in the college stage versus the pro stage
Yeah.
where you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, under no circumstances is Arch Manning playing in the NFL.
No,
Not unless-
he'll be back at Texas next
No,
year.
I mean like at
Ever.
all.
Oh, I don't know.
Unless there's some radical transformation between this and next year where he's not doing the stupid shit he's doing.
Yeah.
And his release point changes, then he's fucked. He'll never play in the NFL. Nobody's going to draft that asshole.
They'll draft him on his last name, I think.
No, why?
Somebody
Why? So
out
you
there.
can have his family nosing around trying to get him in the game? Fuck that. Under no circumstances would I fucking have him on the
I
team.
think the
and that's
Colts
nothing
would
against
take him as a backup.
That's nothing against the family or anything. They're all cool people.
Yes.
I like all those
Yes.
guys. I'm just
And
saying.
they were there, by the way.
Fuck that.
They,
Yeah.
were, they were at this
Yeah.
game. But Lions-Eagles was a huge shocker to me. Like I said, the reason why I got to watch so many games, I took the morning shift for a soccer tournament yesterday. My wife took the night shifts. So I get to actually physically watch football all day, which was awesome. I don't like either the Lions or the Eagles, man. I mean,
I don't either.
Jalen Hurts cannot complete a fucking open pass to save his life. Lions couldn't do anything on offense. I know the Philadelphia's got the second best defense in the league, behind Denver for sure. They're fucking awesome. Jalen Carter's fucking awesome. But man, I'm not sure that either of these teams has an offensive package that can win a fucking Super Bowl there. Watching this was really, really shocking because, I mean, shit, the Lions had 3 field goals. That was it. Or 4 field goals. No, 3. That was it. 3 field goals. But with you guys, here's what I wanted to ask. I'm sorry, 1 touchdown or field goal. Like I missed the extra point. Here's what I wanted to ask. Who actually wins the Super Bowl? After watching this weekend, who wins the fucking Super Bowl?
Oh boy, this is like. There's nobody I like. Honestly, fuck it. If there's ever a year, it's the Bills.
Who do you got?
The teams that I take seriously, that I think can seriously win, are I think the Rams.
Yes.
I think the Eagles and Lions have a shot because they just have such good rosters and they're not playing well right now. And I think maybe part of what you saw yesterday was 2 really good teams fucking each other. 2 really good teams that aren't playing well, but that know each other, that just fucked each other up.
Jalen Hurts missed so many open passes,
Yeah.
though. I mean, they could have blown them out.
They've won that way before. It's just a matter of
When-
how play calling and stuff.
I feel like he either has a stinker or it's like, wait, is this guy like a top 5 quarterback? Like it's one or the other.
But
Yeah.
even Saquon Barkley this year has not looked great. He had 26 carries for 83 yards.
running back, baby.
No, I understand that. But, like, I think last year running for 2,000 yards and 1 million goddamn carries and the Super
Yeah.
Bowl and, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, he carried that fucking team all last year. He just looks exhausted out there.
I think the other two teams are the Colts and Patriots. I don't know yet, right? So the Colts play the fucking Chiefs next, and we'll see what they're made of then.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid's going to be ready for that game. Spack, everybody's going to be ready for that game. Indianapolis has their margin of victory, or whatever it's called. What's it called in the NFL? Not margin of victory. It's like the distance between your score and their score.
Just their plus minus or whatever. Their
What do they call
point
it?
differential?
Yeah, point differential is 115. It's 30 fucking points higher than any other team in the NFL, or 15 points higher. The next highest is the Rams, who I think probably has the best shot. I also think the Patriots have a realistic shot at winning the Super Bowl.
I would bet money. I think I'm going to. I think after the show is over on the Rams. Actually, the Rams look the most impressive to me.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't good. Honestly, they weren't that good against the Seahawks on offense this week. The Seahawks defense clamped them down pretty good.
No, but they were up comfortably most of the game. Like there was a last-minute touchdown there for the Seattle.
Yeah.
Which fucked my spread, but
the Patriots have beaten. They went at Bills and beat them. They put 32 up on the Browns defense, which we just saw what the Browns defense can do.
Yeah.
You know,
it wouldn't shock me to see Patriots Bills winner goes to the Super Bowl, and
but they haven't. They haven't really, like their schedule's pretty soft. Now they have they're at Bengals, then the Giants, then they have the Bills at home, which they'll probably lose that just because you're not beating them twice in the regular season, probably right. But then they're at Ravens, that's a very winnable game. At Jets and close out with the Dolphins. So there's one loss, maybe two left on this schedule. The Patriots are, well, I mean, they were already 9-2, but they're going to, let's say they lose 4 games, they're going to be 13-4 this year.
Yeah.
And win that division, certainly. I don't think the Bills have time to catch up with them unless there's a fucking nuclear fallout.
I think they're a game and a half back because they had a bye and the Patriots maybe haven't yet.
And they beat the Bills, too.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they have.
I agree.
There's time left in the season. Also, the Patriots. No matter who they've played, the Patriots have won 8 games in a row. No, in the NFL, you win 8 games in a row. Respect. It doesn't matter who you play because any given fucking Sunday, obviously.
They haven't lost in 2 months.
Yeah, and nobody else has even come close to that. The Rams are the closest at winning 5 in a row.
The scary thing too is because I have Stevenson as my running backs on my fantasy team. He's been out for a couple weeks, which has allowed Travion Henderson to take a starting role. He's got, fucking 8 touchdowns in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, dude, imagine both of them healthy on the same field at the same time. The Patriots got a real fucking shot, which is wild.
I think Vrabel might be at the cusp.
He's a great coach.
I think he might be at the cusp of starting a new dynasty in New England because every player on that team is 25 fucking years old or younger.
And he waited purposely for that job because it was if you guys remember, that's when they were calling for Day's job, and it was if Vrabel was going to either wait for Ohio State or the Patriots. Obviously, Day goes on that run. He takes the Patriots job, and both are equally great fits for Mike Vrabel. And
he's an alum of both.
I know.
Not just that, I can tell you this, too. All the hate that people started to develop for the Patriots winning and winning and winning and winning with Belichick and Brady, I don't think that's going to be a thing with Vrabel.
Because he's such a good dude.
Yeah. Everybody in the NFL loves that guy.
Yes.
One would think, but Andy Reid is very lovable, and everybody hates the fucking
Who hates
Chiefs,
Andy Reid?
No, they don't hate Andy Reid. They hate the Chiefs.
They hate
the Chiefs.
So, they're like, all right, Andy Reid's
when
fine,
you
but
see
fuck this team.
People don't hate the Chiefs the same way they hated the Patriots back in the day.
Do you know why people hated the Patriots, though? It's Dave Portnoy. Screaming in your face all goddamn day long. I don't think really anybody hated, Brady or Belichick
People
or those
fucking
guys.
hated Brady.
Well,
hated Brady.
Yeah,
But
they
I
hated
mean,
Brady.
Fucking pretty boy, fucking Gaylord.
Not Belichick, though.
When they lost the perfect season and then they lost 2 to the Giants, it was just like, all right.
I don't know
this.
how you hate Belichick.
I was in college for the undefeated season, and I remember watching it with my whole fraternity, and it was me and one other guy out of like a group of 100 dudes watching it in the house that were rooting for the Patriots just because we wanted to see history be made.
Yeah.
Everyone else... And we weren't even Patriots fans, by the way.
I wanted to see history made.
Yeah,
I was
we were
rooting
just
for the
like,
Patriots,
I
too.
think it'd be sweet. And also, Randy Moss is dope. Like, the amount of vitriol I got for that, 5-hour span. Like, people just turn around and be like, suck my dick, Rob, fuck you. I was like, I just want to see, I don't even like the Patriots. I don't care about them. It was...
No, you're right.
The Broncos have also won 8 in a row.
Have they really?
At the and
probably all by 3 points.
Maybe, but more impressive wins than anything the Patriots have done, except for at Bills. So they went at Eagles and beat them, at Texans, and then they just beat the Chiefs. Those are all 3 better.
Yeah. So real quick here, we got the Monday night game, and then we'll get to the sponsors here. Tonight's game here, let's get your picks. This is Dallas at the Raiders. This is Dallas minus 3.5. Over-under is 49.5. The Raiders tickets, man, don't hit me up for Raiders tickets on drinkinbrostickets.com. They're always expensive because every tourist in town just wants to go to the new stadium and party and gamble on it and watch it. And if you don't think there's something to that, I promise you there is. The last row in this stadium is going for $450 tonight.
It's insane.
It is. It's a beautiful stadium, don't get me wrong. And it's fun. Like the Raiders fans, even though they're shitty,
Well, it's tourists and it's
are
also
still Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Vegas has great fans.
They
actually.
do have great fans, and it's tourists, and it's also this is like the number one place where people are like, like in college football, you're like, oh, we're playing Ole Miss this year. I got to go to that game.
You got to go to the Cowboys game.
You got to go to let's go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like a ton of
There's still
away,
a bunch of Cowboys
away
fans. Yeah, dude.
will be
Yeah.
like, let's go to Vegas for this.
Who you got tonight, Dan?
Cowboys -3.5. The Raiders have scored 36 points in their last 3 games, and 29 of them were in one of those games.
Yeah.
The end.
D'Anthony? Or I'm sorry, Bob. Who do you got?
Yeah, I like the Cowboys. This feels like the type of game where people are like, wait, is Dak Prescott a really good quarterback?
Is he the MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the MVP. If I was going to give it out right now, I'd give it to Stafford, actually.
Drake May.
Matthew Stafford is, God, what he's doing is, at this age, is fucking insane.
You can't qualify it, though. It doesn't matter at this age. Drake.
No, I know.
Drake May's on pace for 4,400 yards, 72% completion, 31 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions.
It's not bad.
And he's on the best team in the league right now.
Yeah.
I'm also honestly not convinced that Josh Allen might not get it again after
Sneak
this last
it in, yeah,
after this
yeah.
last game. He had 6 total touchdowns.
Yeah,
know.
it depends on what he does on the ground.
Yeah.
So, because you always forget about them.
Tonight, I'm with you. I'll knock this down a half a point just in case it pushes, but I'm all over Dallas. Over-under, I'm not touching for the exact reason you mentioned. The Raiders haven't fucking scored, and I don't trust it. I mean, you're at a 50. They got to score 50 points tonight in that over-under.
Yeah, Dallas's defense is horrible, but
It's dog shit.
But do you really want to?
I don't
trust the
Nope,
Raiders
I
offense
Sure
to-
don't, dude. I sure don't. So I'm gonna take the Cowboys, and with that, we're brought to you by MyBookie.com.
The Raiders have scored once or less in 1, 2, 3 games this year, and then they had 9 points in another game.
Yeah,
That's not good.
no, it's not great. This whole team isn't great here. And again, we're brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. As we mentioned earlier, the partner picks are up there. So if you want to see our picks, we'll start doing that on a weekly basis. I'll just call it, as everybody was able to call it something different. Drinkin' Bros was Lock of the Week. So I'll just call it Lock of the Week on there. So when you click on partner picks, it'll be under Drinkin' Bros. Rob, you're on there as well.
Yeah.
I'll just call it Drinkin' Bros Lock of the Week. That way there's no confusion. Because I told Jack, I go, dude, let's just do one game. That way everybody, there's no confusion there, And he's like, I think that's what's best. I know Bader and those guys. Ryan Bader was on there. I think he picked the UFC fights.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. You can look up your favorite podcasters, celebrities, whoever, and then bet with them. And let's face it, Ryan Bader picking a UFC fight. Fuck yeah. Like I would take his picks over mine. I'm a casual fan. So I actually love this. I think it's great.
Because you want to be able to, people make entire this is why it's so cool. People make entire businesses, like subscription businesses,
Yes. Yep.
out of you shadowing their picks.
Totally. And so, like, I take it really fucking seriously, and I hate when I lose. That's why I hate how bad I've been in the NFL this year. Luckily, I've been good in college, and it's barely saving me. But, man, that's fun, and at least I can give you one fucking game. So if you're out of town or whatever, you can go on there and see it right before kickoff and be like, all right, rad. Also, we're doing a live show. I'll be here for Ohio State, Michigan that day, so we can sit in my misery or happiness for there, and we'll do a live watch along, same as we did last year on here, and that's all through MyBookie. We'll do live lines like we did last year throughout the game, all that other shit, because their live lines are great. There are some they won't let you take, though. Towards the end, where I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let me punch this in, brother. And they're like, no.
And look, it's college basketball season. If you like live lines, I'm always
Damn,
always a
dude.
big fan of a live under if the two teams come out hot.
Same, man. I love betting on college basketball. So I got to get my sea legs in that. It usually starts for me right around college football ending. And that's when I get fucking heated up on that.
Post-Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Because I watched the Ohio State game just because it was on, and they beat Notre Dame. God, Notre Dame can't beat Ohio State in anything. It's been 1936 since they beat them in football. But even that I was shocked by. I was like, oh, fuck. Do we have a basketball team this year?
From what I've seen, Ohio State is, they're definitely a possible tournament
They
team.
got a top 5 dude next year, and I was shocked because I think our coach is shitty, but whatever. Blast. Everything to bet on right now. Fuck, the NFL Super Bowl. Best odds you'll ever get. I'm going to punch in the Rams after this just because I have no fucking idea, and nobody else does either. Therefore, it really makes it fun. To me, the difference between NFL and college in that regard is NFL, you're on the same playing field. All the dudes are the same sizes. So any one of these fucking teams could win.
Yeah,
depending upon health.
The margins are so fucking
right.
small.
Whereas college is a lot easier just based on the size of these dudes. And NFL, man, for real, anyone can win this year. So go and bet on the Super Bowl because you can win a lot of fucking money. And I'm going to do this now after the show is over, start sprinkling some of these teams. Because after the Chiefs lost, one would imagine those odds are dog shit. I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, they were actually still near the top, if not. I don't think they were the favorite, but they were very close to the top.
I don't know how you can believe in them after watching that game either. But, hey, it's on you. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. And if you bet on the partner picks, it juices it up like 5 to 6%. So on that Georgia pick I had over the weekend, it was plus 105. But because we picked it, it was plus 112. So you got extra money for betting on it, dude, which rocks. And, yeah, I took my own fucking bet and won. Fuck off. I don't care. Next up is DrinkinBrosTickets.com if you want tickets to any of these games. NFL, college, any of that stuff. Motocross, concerts, Harry Potter, you name it. Go to DrinkinBrosTickets.com. $10 cheaper than StubHub. The only tickets that are really pricey looking in the future is these Texas A&M tickets. I would have thought with Texas getting blown out this weekend, the tickets would have gone down. No. And then Texas A&M looking like dog shit. So I was like, great. Can these tickets take a nosedive? No. But I guess they haven't played this game in like 12 years.
Still huge.
In Austin, I guess.
Yes. Well, yeah, because they resumed it last year in College Station.
Correct. So this has not been in Austin, I guess, for 10 or 12 years. And I guess that's why the tickets are so high. Everything else is pretty cheap, though, so you're good to go. Even Ohio State, Michigan, man. $400 you're on the 50-yard line, for Christ's sakes. Like, it's the best rivalry there is. Next up, we got BioProteinTech.com. Guys, here's why your hormones suck. Most guys are focused on testosterone. It's not even half the puzzle. In order to absorb testosterone optimally, you must have adequate growth hormone. More specifically, its end results growth factors. Unfortunately, growth hormone decreases every year after puberty, which may explain your poor performance in the gym, excess body fat, or poor performance in the bedroom. That's where BioPro Plus comes in. BioPro Plus gives you back those growth factors naturally, giving you HGH-like results with 0 needles, 0 side effects, and 0 doctor visits, all at a fraction of the cost of prescription treatment. So, if you want to fix the way you perform, look, and feel without all the risk of the big pharma synthetic stuff, head on over to BioProteinTech.com. Use that promo code DrinkinBros to get $30 off your first order. 30 individual vials get shipped to your house on the first of the month. Wake up, get up. Pop it right underneath your tongue. You'll feel a little sting, either in the morning, before your gym, or before 9-9, and you'll wake up the next day feeling sprightly and ready to rock, and your skin looks nice too. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Rivalry week is next week. We're filling up all the stores, so all those shipments are going out. I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday. Idaho, we got you covered here. I know you guys are getting close to sold out there. We will have you covered back in all those Albertsons and everything else. New shipments will go out to you, I believe, tomorrow morning. So look around Thursday, and you'll get stocked up for Thanksgiving, stocked up for the holidays. Go to hardafseltzer.com, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip. It'll take you to the closest location nearest you. And then the town pumps in Montana is starting to spread across the state. We've gotten some more messages from you guys up there, which is rad. Albertsons up in Idaho and Montana are stocked up. All the USA to goes up there in Michigan. Chris gas stations. Circle K down in Tuscaloosa and Auburn. Got you covered for the Iron Bowl down there. And we got some new states opening up soon, which we'll tell you at the end of the year. Let's move on over to college football here. Where do we start? Do we start with Bama? I mean...
yeah, I think we start with Bama.
God, I don't know what to think of this year, man. I mean, I think it's what we said after week 2, and it's still holding true. There's Ohio State, 10-second gap, and then everyone else here. Bama losing this game to Oklahoma was nuts to me at home, dude. Nuts.
I couldn't believe I couldn't believe the result. I think I said this before the show. I think Venables might just own DeBoer. That's a 2-game win streak. That's the only 2 times they've faced each other, I believe.
When did they play last year?
Yeah, they played last year, and the Oklahoma cost Alabama a playoff spot last year. That was their 3rd loss, and Oklahoma was 6-6. It was a horrible loss.
Well, let's get into the stats here because one of my beef fries was at the game. First downs. Alabama, 23-12. Third down efficiency, 15 of 13, 3 of 13 for Oklahoma. Got
No,
that.
Bama was 5 of.
Yeah, 5 of
Yeah.
13. Fourth down efficiency, Bama, 2 of 3. Oklahoma, nothing. Total yards, 406 for Bama, 212 for Oklahoma, doubled them. Passing yards, 138 for Oklahoma, 326 for Alabama.
None of these numbers matter. The numbers that matter are 2 fumbles lost and 1 interception thrown.
What the fuck?
That happens.
It does. I mean, even look at the time of possession. 34 to 25.
That's the only OU won this game. Literally, the only way they are capable of winning football games
Luck.
as if they turn the ball over and luck.
because their offense is bad, like bad.
Oh yeah,
And-
Mateer had 138 yards passing.
And they can't rush either. They can't
Yeah,
run the ball
34
at all.
yards rushing,
But their
yeah.
defense is, honestly, it's probably top 5 in the country. I mean, it's an absolutely elite defense, no question. And this was a game where they didn't necessarily, like, the numbers don't make it look elite, but it was clearly bend, don't break because they turned the ball over 3 times. So, yeah, the Alabama racked up yards and shit like that, but it doesn't fucking matter if they threw away 3 possessions.
Well, what does matter is getting down to the in the red zone. I guess not quite the red zone. They were on the OU 30 and throw a fucking pick at the end of the first quarter. Come back, and immediately run the ball down the field and score in their first possession of the second. So they lost 7 right there because they would have scored, or at least 3, which would have been the difference in this game. Missed a field goal, not great, and it wasn't a fucking far one either.
No, the kicker sucks.
Yeah,
He sucks.
fumble. Once again, the fumble in your own territory, can't do that. Can't give up points like that, and that OU turned that into a field goal. I mean, at a minimum, that's a 6-point swing just from turnovers. But it's more like a 13-point swing from turnovers. So, I mean, it sucks, and it's going to put them. I mean, at the end of the day, it might be a wash because I think they're better than most of the teams in college. But they're going to have to play some harder teams at the front end of the playoffs now because of this.
Let me ask you this, because I still believe Auburn's going to come hard in this Iron Bowl. It is at Auburn, dude.
It doesn't matter where it is.
I think
Auburn's
Auburn
not
has a
good.
shot. But let's say they lose to Auburn. Are they in or out of the playoffs?
9-3, they're out.
They're out.
Okay.
I wouldn't put them in. I
No.
mean, maybe they make it because of politics and ratings and shit, but I wouldn't put them in.
They didn't last year for
Yeah,
as
that's
9 and
right,
3.
yeah.
Now this year's a little different because there are. I think there's so the ACC got an at-large bid last year. They won't get one this year.
No, and Georgia Tech. I mean, I think the only way the ACC should even get a team in is if Georgia Tech beats Georgia. To be honest, I don't think they should get a team in the playoff otherwise.
I don't either. And by the way, they were down by like 30 in that goddamn game against BC,
Yeah.
which we'll get to in a second. Came back and won it.
And even the Big 12, honestly, like that seems like a one-bid league. The second best team is Utah, and they won't even make the conference championship game. But they are going to be highly ranked, so maybe they sneak in.
But let's say you're Bama, and let's say they do win out. And then they would play probably on the road because they'll stick around that 8 to 10
Well, if they win
region.
out, they play in the SEC championship game, and then if they win that, they're almost certainly going to have a bye.
I don't think so. Actually, I think
Georgia?
I think Georgia and
Ole Miss?
A&M.
Oh, A&M, yeah. A&M will only –
I think.
it depends on what A&M's
Alabama only has 1 conference loss, and they beat Georgia. So right now they would still be ahead of Georgia.
Is their conference? Are their last 2 games conference games?
Bama should be, yeah.
No, they're not.
No,
they play
East
Eastern
Illinois.
Illinois.
So
Oh,
they've
that's
only
right.
got 1 more left. So they would be 7-1.
Auburn.
Georgia would be. Well, how's that?
Yeah, Georgia doesn't have a –
Georgia doesn't have any conference games left. So yeah, I guess they would get leapfrogged.
Who
Yeah,
would?
Georgia, because
Georgia.
Alabama beat them. So they have the
Holy
tiebreaker.
shit. So Alabama would play in the SEC?
They
Well,
only
maybe.
have one. They only
Maybe.
have one.
Well, okay, so what if they lose that game?
That's
To Auburn?
No, what if –
Oh,
what if- what
they'll
if-
get in.
what
They'll get in.
no,
If they
but
lose a championship game, they'll get in.
If Bama gets in and loses the SEC championship, they're in?
They're in. At 10-3, yes. At 9-3, no.
Yeah.
At-
By the way, Ole Miss only has at Mississippi State left, and they'll be 7-1, and Bama does not jump them. Georgia would, but Bama wouldn't, so they would get second place.
Ole Miss would.
I think so. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the way the tiebreak works is strength of conference schedule, I think, is the next after head-to-head.
Ole Miss
Okay.
played Georgia, Oklahoma, and they played, or they beat LSU too. They beat LSU, Georgia, Oklahoma, or they didn't beat Georgia, but they played them. South Carolina they beat, and then Florida they just beat. So I don't know if that's enough. Alabama beat a fucking bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean, next we'll go to Texas A&M here. Boy. So I watched this game. Can't believe it. 30-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
I was celebrating. It was hilarious. It was fun.
It was really funny.
And then they came back and scored 4 touchdowns and won 31-30 in this game.
The same thing with A&M. They're 30 to 50 points better than South Carolina. They turned the ball over 4 times in the first half, and a lot of it turned into points.
4 picks.
That's what happened.
4 picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, here's what a lot of people are saying, and this is what I want to ask the both of you guys here, is as far as A&M goes, and yes, they're in the SEC, they haven't played any of the top-tier SEC teams.
They have had a pretty soft schedule in the
So
SEC.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is A&M good? I can't tell.
Here's
after
the
that
thing.
game.
I was debating this with people over the weekend. They won at Notre Dame. I know it was week 3 or
1
whatever.
point.
At LSU, at Missouri.
Yeah, and they blew out LSU and Missouri on the road. Those are both great wins.
And they're
going to
blow out
margin.
Texas, too, I think.
And I would say this. It was at Notre Dame. I know they won by 1 point, but winning at Notre Dame at any point in the season, even though Notre Dame was not as good then as they are now, they were still very good. There are probably 5 teams in the country, including A&M, that could have won that game at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Do you really believe that there's 15 teams out there that could have beaten early season Notre Dame? I don't think there are. I think it would be Ohio State.
I don't think there's 15 good teams.
Yeah, I don't think Ohio. I think it would have been Ohio State, A&M, Alabama, maybe Indiana,
Georgia.
and Georgia.
Yeah.
Those are the only teams that could have won that game that I would have confidence in to have won that game like A&M won it. So to me, that's a good win no matter what. Now, would they win it today? I don't know, but they still won the fucking game. That's a great win no matter what.
It won't matter at the end of the day because they're going to play Samford this week, and who cares? And then they're coming here to Austin to play Texas, and if they beat Texas by 2 scores, which they almost certainly will, 10 or more points.
I don't know, actually.
Yes.
They just got their wake up call.
Yeah.
They
I hope so.
They sleepwalked through that game.
They play Samford, which is a Division II school.
They only played the
next.
second half of this game, and they overcame a 30-point deficit. They're fine.
They barely won by 1
Doesn't matter.
point.
You only had to win by 1. Yeah, I think A&M at Texas, they win by 10 or 13, and then nobody's got anything to say. And it'll be A&M. The real question will be final seeding because
Yes. That's what's really going to matter.
A&M versus Georgia, problem. A&M versus Alabama, problem. A&M versus Ole Miss, I don't actually know. If Ole Miss jumps to that second spot and they're in the conference championship, which, by the way, if you had a ticket for A&M versus Ole Miss in the SEC championship, probably fucking hold on to that.
I would bet Ole Miss in that game.
I don't know.
The way the seeding's going to go is overall number 1 seed is the Big Ten champ, unquestionably. Number 2 overall seed will be the SEC champ.
And then number 3 will be Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana is.
Unless they get beat by 30 points by Ohio State, which I don't think will happen.
So if Indiana wins, they're number 1. If Indiana doesn't lose by 1 million, they're probably number 4 or 3. And then the SEC champ will be. I don't think the other SEC team will get a bye. And then you probably have Tech if they win the Big 12 with 1 loss.
They would deserve it. Yeah, they would deserve that 4th spot,
Yeah.
3 or 4, whichever. I mean, functionally, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, which one it is. But
Yeah, I mean, it's boy. I mean, looking at this because there's so many wild ones. If Oklahoma wins out, are they in?
Yes. Any 10-2 SEC. Not any 10-2. Any 10-win SEC team is getting in.
Okay.
Now they could be 10-3 like Alabama if they lose the conference championship. If you won 10 games this year in the SEC, you're in.
all right, cool. So Vanderbilt plays Kentucky and then at Tennessee,
Yeah.
and they'll be 10-2.
Are they in?
Yes.
What are they ranked now?
Well, here's the other issue that we haven't hit on yet, and that's the fucking Big Ten and the fact that there's going to be Oregon is going to be if they, I mean, they've got USC and Washington the next 2 weeks.
Not easy.
Neither one of those games is easy, but if they win out, they're 11-1.
They're in.
And also don't have to play a conference championship game.
Do you think they're in at 11-2? Let's say they lose to USC.
Yes, they should be.
Right?
Who?
Yeah,
Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
Yeah.
And then USC's got Oregon and UCLA. They could also be 10-2.
If you have double-digit wins in the Big Ten or the SEC, you're getting it.
Here's the. I'm going to throw a fuck one.
What about Michigan?
I was just going to say.
But they got to beat Ohio State, which
So,
that's not happening.
Portnoy said this, and he's right. If Michigan beats Ohio State,
You got to put them in. Yeah.
no shit.
They make the conference championship
I know.
game. Of course they're in.
I know.
And both participants
know.
in the SEC and Big Ten conference championship games are getting it.
If you're an SEC fan out there, you're rooting for a Michigan loss to Ohio State. You're probably rooting for Oregon to beat USC.
Wait, how funny-
Because that would take USC to 10-3.
How funny would
or
it be?
9-3?
Yeah,
so
you need room. You want USC to lose.
The funniest outcome is Michigan loses to Maryland and then beats Ohio State, because then they don't have the tiebreaker because they have 2 conference losses. That's the funniest outcome, I think. And then USC has to lose to Oregon, and Oregon has to lose to Washington to make that all work. For both of those 2 teams to still get in, for Indiana and Ohio State to still get in.
I almost think Ohio State needs to lose to Michigan just to wake up. I mean, this fucking poor shit. They didn't play Carnell Tate again, or Jeremiah Smith left the game after catching the one-hander. They were like, we're done.
Here's my prediction. I think they get down like 17-3 in the first half to
Ohio
Michigan,
State,
and then they just fucking whip them after that. That's my prediction.
Look, I have no idea.
We got 2 weeks to
no
think
idea.
about
It's in the
that.
big house, right?
It is, yeah.
So Michigan's it's a playoff. That is a playoff game for Michigan, and it is not for Ohio State.
Yes, it is. I know.
That's a full-on, no bullshit. You win or you go home game.
And they've been sitting their fucking starters.
Yeah, but it's not a meaningless game for Ohio State, because if Michigan beats them, they're both one-loss conference in conference, and Michigan would then have the fucking they would leapfrog.
Well,
and actually, so here's an interesting thing too, real quick.
But then Ohio State is 11-1, and they don't have to play the conference championship game.
But if Michigan wins against Ohio State and then beats Indiana in the conference championship game, I don't see a world in which they're not a top 4 seed.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Which would knock Ohio State probably out of the top 4.
Right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Which would, again, you got to play an extra game then.
I would not mind. We'll find out this year.
It obviously didn't matter last year, but it's still something.
Totally.
It's not going to matter this year unless there's injuries. Honestly, like there were
an extra game.
There were
I know,
but there were injuries last year, and Ohio State still beat everybody's ass. They're way better than everybody else. It's not even close. That's why before the season started, not even in preseason.
You picked it pre-prediction show, yes.
I picked it in like the fucking summer. I'm like, oh, Ohio State's going to win.
Yes,
you were worried
you
about
did.
the quarterback. I'm like, I don't think it really matters.
He's never played a snap. So
it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters because the coaching staff there is good enough to be like. It's not like it was a couple years ago.
It mattered with McCord, yeah.
Yeah.
it
mattered with McCord, but then fucking all you had to do was find a guy that was a decent game manager. He's not a world beater.
No.
And you put him in that system, and he doesn't throw picks, and he doesn't take the first quarter off every single game, and you win.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State's better than everybody.
I'm more scared of an Ohio State that loses one of their last 2 regular, the Michigan or the Big Ten championship. I'm more scared of that Ohio State team because in that instance, if that happens, Julian Sayin probably has. Well, he probably at that point has crunch time snaps, and he has experience because he doesn't have that experience right now. And that's a scarier version of Ohio State than beating the fuck out of Michigan and beating the fuck out of Indiana, because they will get into a gunfight at some point in the playoff. They're not going to blow everyone out.
And by the way, they're all young, so like none of these guys they're 17 starters went to the NFL from last year. So this is a young team who has never been tested at all. Yes, you're going to get into one of these. Going to be fucking close.
Yeah, there's no way
it's a Michigan or an Indiana or something before the playoffs. But I don't look if they go and steamroll the rest of this shit. Then you could call them the best. But until then, we'll see, because I just don't have any idea right now. They won again without. I mean, they just pulled Jeremiah Smith out, like literally just yanked him. Carnell Tate, they're just saying.
I don't know.
Just say NFL. Like, just say it. Just say he's going to the NFL, and we're going to protect him these bullshit games.
So Ken Dorsey in his sophomore year, first year as a starter.
I saw him, by the way, play in real life.
Yeah, he lost game 2 at Washington, which is a non-conference game. Didn't look great. And then there was one close game against Florida State, but they blew everybody out all year long. And he never took meaningful snaps in the back half of that season. And what did Miami do in the playoffs that year?
I lost to Ohio State.
Yeah.
No.
It
was a 14 points.
They didn't lose. They didn't lose until his.
His senior year.
His senior year. They won 39 straight games.
I think it was more than that, wasn't it?
I think it was 39 in a row, because they went undefeated in 2001 and then undefeated in 2002 until Ohio State beat them.
And that spread was 14 fucking points in that game. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, that's because Willis McGahee was running all over everybody before you guys cheap shotted him.
Well, that knee blew out in the third quarter there, and it was awful, man. It was right there. I've never seen a knee bend back like that in real life because we don't have social media. So
he was up in the air too. Like so,
Yes.
the dude made contact with his leg while it was planted, and then it went up in the air, and it was just like, whoop. I'm like,
awful.
oh, that's not how knees
it was
bend.
awful, man. I mean, there was kids crying on the Ohio State sideline. Like that's how bad it was.
Yeah, I had to quit masturbating.
I know. Well, but you finished.
I didn't even
eventually.
stop for 9/11.
No.
But I stopped for that.
You stopped for McGahee's knee that
a
year.
year later.
Yeah, a year
well,
later.
technically, yeah, it was a year later.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Oregon beat Minnesota, so like we said, they're on pace here. Clemson beat Louisville.
No
God,
shock.
the ACC, man. What? So,
Stinks.
do they get a bid? Serious question.
I would lean yes, but it really just depends how.
Who is it though?
It'll be the champion.
Who is that?
Georgia Tech.
Probably Georgia Tech as of right now.
I can't see it.
'Cause if you give me-
the last 3 weeks of football, they've played awful.
Yeah, but they're going to play shitty teams in the ACC. So
Georgia Tech is going to be at the time 12 if they win the ACC title, a 12-2 fucking conference champion winner.
Because
They're
you think
in.
they lose to Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, even if they beat Georgia, it's on, right?
Yeah.
No question about that. But if they just win their conference, lose to Georgia and still win the conference, come on, man. I mean, you can't. There's no fucking conversation to be had. They'll be
in.
They'll be 10-1 after this week. They'll be 10-2 probably after Georgia, and then 11-2 after winning
Virginia.
Virginia,
Yeah, exactly.
or Virginia or Pitt. It'll be one of those two.
And then the only question is a Miami who doesn't get into the championship game but finishes 10-2. Do you let them in? The answer is no.
yes.
Fuck no.
Virginia? No, I say no.
No, I said Miami.
Oh, I say no to that too.
Because Miami won't even qualify for the conference
But
championship
their
game.
brands might put them in at 10-2.
I mean, look, Georgia Tech plays Pitt this week, so some of this might get resolved.
Maybe.
You never know, man. I mean,
Pitt
it's
looked
the
like
ACC.
shit against fucking Notre Dame.
They did.
Yeah, they're still
last
5-1 in
hope.
conference.
And then Georgia just shit pumped Texas
Mm-hmm.
here, man. My God. So
We
we're
all had that
done.
one.
Hey, that bet hit. They won't
Yeah.
cash that till after the season. So, Bob and I, that was our pick during the pre-prediction show that Texas missed the playoffs. That bet will not cash until after the season's over on Selection Day.
Yeah.
So
Until it's official.
it says that on the stub, and I'll bring it in or I'll send it to Ryan on the next show. UCF beat Texas Tech. Texas Tech
No,
is
Texas Tech.
I'm sorry. Texas Tech beat the shit out of UCF. Texas Tech is probably in either win or a loss, right?
If they lose their conference championship game and they're 11-2, I can't see how they wouldn't be in. I was saying this all year. An 11-win power conference team, even if they're in.
I think so too, and they've looked better than everybody in the ACC.
I don't-
And that's why I
yeah.
say that about Texas Tech.
I don't think. I mean, I watched that game. I don't think BYU is good enough to beat them.
No. Well,
Any given whatever.
Texas
the fuck.
Tech beat the shit out of them already.
Yeah.
So
But BYU beat the shit out of out of Utah. They didn't beat the shit out of them, but they beat Utah. So BYU's in the conference championship game.
But their
unless-
only loss is still when their quarterback was out. So
Who?
Texas Tech.
Oh yeah.
He didn't start against Arizona
And by the
State.
way, the committee will take that into account.
Yes,
As
they will.
they- as they should, yeah.
They should. Next up is Florida at Ole Miss. This is a lot closer than it was supposed to be. Shit, Florida was up at halftime.
Yep.
I was pretty surprised by this. I think whoever takes this Florida job is going to be inheriting a lot of talent, man, and this could be a good team next year. It just depends on who they get as their fucking coach there.
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer because behind the scenes, Florida is in a bidding war with LSU right now.
It might
so.
be Franklin actually. with all the-
Franklin's going to Virginia Tech.
He's talking to Virginia Tech. I think
He
that
will go there.
I wouldn't pay too much attention to that yet. It may happen.
If I'm Franklin, I wouldn't even be bothering taking a job yet because the jobs aren't done opening up. I actually
Yeah.
think South Carolina is going to fire Beamer at this point.
Yeah.
They could after that loss.
And I would take South Carolina over Virginia Tech.
I would take Beamer.
And
on
then
the
you've
team.
also
I think Beamer's a good coach.
Yeah, and then you've also got to think about the jobs that open up, the P4 jobs that open up from hirings, right? If Lane, if Lane leaves
Yeah.
Ole Miss, that's an incredible job. If
Yeah.
Drink leaves Missouri, that's a good job. Like you're probably costing yourself money by taking a job too soon.
I agree. And I think they're all waiting.
Yeah.
It feels like that MLB offseason where it's just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
that Sunday, Selection Sunday is going to be fucking chaos.
Yeah.
'Cause those hires will start to come in the next 48
Yeah,
hours.
if I'm Franklin, I don't turn the television on. I just go on vacation between now and then.
Fuck yeah.
He's getting paid $300,000.
He's
a
great
week.
on TV, by the way.
People have forgotten he hasn't
he's a good-
talked as much lately because of all the shit on him of
He'd
like
be a
not winning
great
the game.
TV. He really would.
But he is a very charismatic guy.
Yes.
Like very.
Yeah, he can make a couple mil a year on TV with no risk.
Oh, easily.
And also, it doesn't interfere with his buyout from Penn State.
And we've talked to him a couple times, man. He's just a good, fucking awesome dude. Lively, and he'd be great on television.
He famously said he only hires coaches with hot wives.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yeah.
That's an old like baseball fucking scout thing. If you had an ugly girlfriend, they thought you had no confidence.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, maybe she does that thing he likes. Yeah.
You know? Next up was Notre Dame Pittsburgh. I thought this game would be closer. It wasn't. Pittsburgh's not for real. Please put some respect, though, on Jeremiah Love. I've not heard him mentioned for a Heisman. Watching this kid play week in and week out, dude, he definitely deserves to be in the top 5 and a trip to New York. What's the harm in getting the kid a fucking plane ticket and a goddamn hotel there for this? Like, I don't get it.
The fact that Ahmed Hardy at Missouri has 200 more yards than him? That Ahmed Hardy is the best running back in the country right now.
Yeah, but he's
Put
not.
up a 300 spot this weekend.
He did, but he's not taking.
Nobody
a team to the
cares about.
playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. This is not the year of the running back.
No.
There are some years where
Ohio State doesn't have a good running back.
Yeah, people. I mean, I'm just saying. There's some years where everybody in football is talking about how. Look at this, like last year with fucking Genty. This year, nobody's talking about any of these running backs who are all on pace for like 17, 18, 1,900 yards.
I would draft the kid from Missouri and Jeremiah Love late first, early second.
Well, Hardy's only a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Good news for you guys. Is Pribula coming back too?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's not going to get drafted. He's been hurt for like half the year.
Yeah,
He
he's
actually,
coming
I
back.
believe Pribula. There's rumors that he's going to be back for the OU game.
Oh, that would be really fun because that's look. There's a lot on the line.
We
there,
could
and
sink
it's
OU's
pride.
ship for
yes,
sure.
and that would be fun. So hopefully he does. But I like Jeremiah Love. I would put him in the top 5 up there.
Maybe. Yeah, he's caught 26 passes as well this year for 3 touchdowns.
So he's got 17 total touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a legit fucking late first round NFL running back draft pick for sure. Which is not like everybody knew he was good coming into the season, but he's done his part. Mm-hmm. Is not just for Notre Dame, but like to get himself in the best possible draft position. He's going to end probably with something like 20 total touchdowns.
Yeah. I would put him there. BYU beat Baylor. Who gives a shit? I guess unless it's going to count towards the Big 12.
Sawyer Robinson still threw for
Championship.
430 yards.
Utah might still count towards the championship, but I don't see BYU losing 2 games, and they would have to lose 2 games because they have the tiebreaker over Utah. What counts is the fact that Utah is currently ranked 13th in the country, and that's only going to go up.
It is.
Which means if they're sitting pretty at 9 or 10, they're going to get in that large bid.
Which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Miami at 15, they're also going to move up there. If they keep winning out, and it's gonna haunt your dreams just because they want the fucking U and the goddamn the brand name and all that other shit.
Miami's going to lose to Pitt the last game of the season.
I hope.
I'm telling you.
I'm sure everybody hopes, but
This season, the way it's going, I'm telling you that's going to happen.
Georgia Tech squeaking this out against a 1-10 Boston College team, man. Jesus Christ. They scored 19 in the fourth to come back and win this fucking game by 2.
Just how they play.
It's gross. It's absolutely gross.
Georgia Tech could very well finish with 3 losses.
Yeah.
That's not
possible,
off the table.
Possibly.
Yeah.
They could also beat Georgia.
Yep.
Who knows? It was 7 overtimes last year. Next up was Iowa, USC. I'll give some love to Iowa this year. It looks like they've gotten better. These games have been very, very close that they've lost. Let's not forget, they were up over Indiana with 1 minute and 28 seconds left.
Yep.
They almost beat Oregon. They should have with
Oregon.
better clock management here. And this was a 5-point game.
This is like
They're improving.
This is just like how college football goes sometimes. I mean, they literally they've lost all of their games by a combined 3, 8, 10, 15 points.
Total.
4 games by 15 points total.
Total, yes. I mean, it's a good team. So kudos to them for turning it around here. Michigan Northwestern, boy, this was a 31-yarder as time expired here for Michigan. I'm not going to go too hard on Michigan here, and here's why. Both of their starting running backs, I heard, are out for the season. I don't think it's been released yet to the public, but we might know somebody at the University of Michigan with Hardy F. Seltzer. So it's going to be rough sledding here. I would look at that Maryland game next week. Because both starting running backs are out.
Maryland is
I know they are. But it's going to be at Maryland's. This is Maryland's senior day. This is their thing. Both starting running backs are gonna be out. I'm just telling you. Watch out. If Northwestern is able to do this shit, like, hey, Fitzgerald. I would keep an eye on Fitzgerald as a coach too from Northwestern now that he was cleared.
Yeah, he's back.
He's a very good coach,
Back on the
and
market.
that bullshit was cleared.
Yep.
That hazing bullshit from him. So watch out for him because he's a very good coach.
Also very young.
Yes, and a very, very good coach.
If I was a school, I would. If I was him, I'd probably stick to the Big Ten. I don't know that he'd be great in the SEC. Yeah, I don't think that'd be bad hire for Penn State. What he did at Northwestern was impossible.
Impossible.
It's the same reason that that Penn State hired Franklin out of Vandy, and why Clark Lee's probably going to get another job out of Vandy. It's
Yep.
like when you do something like that at a school like that, you're a good coach.
Also, the difference between Penn State going out on the open market to one of the guys that are top rated versus him is probably going to be $3 to $4 million a year in salary.
Right.
That's the difference.
Which then goes right into player acquisition and
Sure
coach
does.
acquisition, which is actually super underrated.
Yeah. Duke. Bob, this was 31-3 at one point. I don't. What is it that you've loved Duke all year? What is it about this Duke team?
I thought Duke would be better than this, but my late season love for Duke just came in the fact that it'd be funny if they made the ACC championship game and won the ACC.
This is a very bad football team.
Yeah.
They scored 14 in the garbage time, but man.
We're still on track for Virginia, Georgia Tech for the ACC championship game.
God. Do you get if Virginia's at 19 right? Or they'll probably move up, but if Virginia wins, are they in?
Yes,
Positive.
because it's the 5 highest ranked conference champions. It does not. You do not have to
They
be.
get in no matter what.
You do not have to be inside the top 12 if you win your conference. You need to be one of the 5 highest ranked conference champions.
Yeah, and
dude.
I mean,
Could you imagine if Virginia goes to the playoffs?
It's funny.
For real. Like that's a
I mean, the
garbage team.
only like is an AAC team gonna be ranked higher? That's the only question.
Yes.
And I don't think so.
No, they're not. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. But I meant yes, that's the only question.
Yeah.
But there is still an outside shot that the AAC and Sunbelt get bids over the ACC.
James Madison,
and now
North Texas.
North Texas, Navy,
Tulane.
East Carolina, and Tulane are all one loss in conference.
Somebody's got to win too. That conference.
I know,
by the way.
and that spread's going to be whoever they play. That spread opening that playoff game is going to be 90.
If Navy wins out, they're going to be fucking 10-2, and they win the conference. They're 11-2 conference winner.
Yeah.
The only ranked team they played was Ole Miss, and they got beat by fucking 35. So.
Well, they just beat a ranked team in South Florida.
Yeah, they were ranked at the time. They were 19.
But yeah, they won't be ranked anymore.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at Tulane. Tulane got fucked up.
So Navy is a little bit boxed out right now because they lost to North Texas. So I think they need a little help to get into the conference championship
who
game.
does
I don't
North
actually
Texas
because I
play?
don't know. They don't play Tulane. So if Tulane, Navy, and North Texas all finish with one loss, North Texas in for sure.
Yep.
And then it's whatever the tiebreaker is in the AAC for Navy and
North Texas plays Rice and Temple.
Yeah, that should
both
be
conference games and both shit teams
Yeah.
to end the season. So it's probably going to be Tulane and North Texas.
And I believe Navy only has one conference game left, and that is at Memphis. That's huge. They have to win that game.
Navy has to win.
Yeah.
They got to win there.
I mean, is that Army game? That's not a conference game, right? It's just a
It
rivalry.
like
week.
barely counts for the record even. In fact, I guess they would still have to play it even though it's after the announcement for the playoff. I don't know how that works. It's weird.
Yeah.
They need to just make that a part of the season. Make
Fuck
it
yeah,
rivalry
just make
week.
it the last rivalry
Make it
week.
rivalry
Yeah,
week. Like-
yeah. Just move it up. Just move up. I don't really understand it. Looking ahead here, next week's college slate's a little weak. Couple games do absolutely matter here, which is Missouri, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That is a big one. That is a must-win for Oklahoma, obviously, or they are out.
I
Probably, right?
Yes, they will be out. I love our defense matching up against their offense, but then this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think the under's probably
It's already 42.5, so it's out. It's
'cause
out right now.
We haven't played well on offense against good defenses, basically, is the way it goes. Like Hardy ran for 300 last week against Mississippi State, but he can run on teams that are mid on defense. But anytime we played Alabama or A&M or OU, not OU yet, but or Auburn, he got bottled up pretty good. Depends on who the quarterback is too, but we can absolutely win this game. Oklahoma is rightfully favored by 8.5, but their offense stinks. I think this is kind of a coin flip game, depending on just probably who wins a turnover battle or just gets enough first downs. I don't know. They could lose though for sure.
Pitt, Georgia Tech matters next week.
The big one's probably USC, Oregon.
And then USC, Oregon. Because, look, if you're an SEC fan, you need USC to lose.
Get out, yeah.
Or you're fucked. Like that's going to be a tough one, man. Because USC will still have 2 losses, and then they're going to keep moving up as these games continue on. I want to see if there's odds yet for rivalry week here. No, there's no points up on the board. But even rivalry week is really going to fucking matter. I mean, there's some big games all day that are going to have playoff implications here. Because you have Ohio State, Michigan, Bama, Auburn, Oregon, Washington.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech's a big one. Vandy, Tennessee
That's
is actually
a playoff game.
Yes, for Vandy.
Yep.
Vandy has to win or they are fucking
and
out.
You fucking know Tennessee does not want them getting in the playoff.
No.
That's going to be a monster game.
Yeah. And then looking at the rest of it here.
Honestly,
Notre Dame's still got to go out to Stanford.
Don't sleep on UCLA USC.
Really?
If USC wins against Oregon, do not sleep on that game being really fucking fun.
Well, Nico is out. So the quarterback is out. He was out against Ohio State. Bet heavily on that last minute. But, yeah. All right, we'll clean it up here before we get out of here. Abdul Carter, the reason why he didn't play the first quarter for the Giants was he fell asleep during the workout before the game. That's fun.
That happens.
An ex-Uno player admits to a points-shaving scandal here. That's University of New Orleans there.
Yeah.
Huge shock. There's been casinos there for 20 years. You're going to start to see more and more and more of this, man. I mean,
I hope he's
point
happy
shaving.
With the $8 he was paid. If my recollection of how much these people make on shaving points versus how much they can make by just being a good athlete, he got paid $8.
Yeah. Penix is out for the rest of the season. Thanks again, guys, for another great Falcons season up there. Jets are benching Fields. They're going to start Tyrod Taylor. And then, let's see, Purdue reclaimed the number 1 spot in college basketball. Houston is number 2, UConn 3, Arizona 4, Duke 5, Louisville 6, Michigan 7, Illinois 8. Let's go. BYU 9, and then Florida 10 here. Who do you like this season, Bob?
I still love Houston. Actually, I'll give you a little bit 2 kind of dark horses who are further down. I think, it was Illinois top 10, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, Illinois,
number 8.
I watched them play Texas Tech, who is also a very good team. Holy shit, this looks like a different Illinois. They are much headier, much more experienced. Peja Stojakovic's kid plays for them, and he is really fucking good.
I know.
He was all over the court. I loved this, and Missouri has to play Illinois every year, so that's one of the reasons I was watching, and I was just watching that game like, fuck. Illinois is awesome. I think Illinois is going to be a serious problem this year. Obviously, I'm a Houston Cougars guy. I love that. Yeah. And then they're not getting as much love, as much press, but Gonzaga is really good. They have a more of a transfer class than a blue chip incoming class this year, but they're really, really good. Mark Few is still one of the best coaches in college basketball. I think Gonzaga is going to make a lot of noise this season as well and be dangerous in the tournament. Okay. But Illinois was eye-popping watching them against Tech. I thought they were fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, they leapt way, way up in the standings here. So
yeah,
that's going to be a good team here. And Purdue, again, is still number 1. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. UFC over the weekends. I don't watch anymore, man. When it's the Dagestanis, which it was again, I don't watch it. I'm sorry, man. It just doesn't interest me. There's not enough names anymore that I really give a fuck about. Like, I know it was in New York City, and I'm more interested in seeing the celebrities there. There was 5 knockouts before in a row before the main cards, but it's on. It's in the background, but I just don't care. Like,
yeah.
I don't hear anybody talking about the UFC anymore. I know they got that deal with Paramount. I think that will help them simply because it'll be free.
Yeah.
And that might bring more fans in, but you've got to get rid of these fucking guys, man, from overseas.
They don't have a star. They don't have a
star. Although Bo Nickel could be a star. That knockout where he head kicked Homeboy was great. They need an American star. And then Patty the Baddies looked pretty good, but that's kind of it over there.
Yeah.
So, that's why we don't really talk about it that much. And even MyBookie is just like, hey, dude, it's kind of a niche sport.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, it is.
I know, but I guess it eats up a lot of social media.
Yeah.
So therefore, it seems like it's big, but it really is not.
Social media loves to see a guy get punched in the face. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whether it's in a grocery store and in an octagon. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Face punching video is cool.
And then NBA, I think LeBron is coming back soon there. However, in that gambling scandal, they have all but yet said his name there, that he was the guy that was leaking info. It's a Lakers star, and the 3 guys that are tied to him are all of his best friends.
Boy.
Yeah. The NBA will Ohtani him.
Gotta hope.
You have to, right?
I think he should actually go play tight end in the NFL for a year.
I would say if he was younger, yes.
Yeah.
But not obviously not now. I mean, you take one hit.
Hey, man, Jerry Rice played when he was 40.
He did, but LeBron has played, 22 years now or something crazy,
Yeah.
23 on hard court.
Yeah.
What that does to your knees
it's
is...
not really even 23. It's probably more like 28 with the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like 28 seasons, essentially.
And the scary thing is, the Lakers look pretty fucking good without him. So
Yeah, they've been great.
I don't know what you do
Austin
there.
Reeves is letting it fly.
I know. And then Detroit Pistons are 11-2. What the fuck?
The East is terrible.
Yes, yes,
That's all that really is.
It is. And then Paul George is coming back as well. John Morant's out for 2 weeks. That guy, man, can't stay healthy.
He's just, there's no point talking about John Morant anymore.
No. I agree.
He could have been a great star. He just sucks now.
Yeah. So strange. But I will say this. The ratings in the notoriety is going up a little bit for the NBA because they are doing those NBC games live during the week now.
Yeah.
So that has replaced television. And I think the same thing might happen with the UFC just because it's on for free now on a Saturday night.
Right.
You're like, all right, cool, man. College basketball's over, or
Right.
college football's over, or NFL is over, whoever it is.
You just need something on late.
And that's free.
Yeah.
Something that it's like, okay, this is free.
10
and
p.m. 10 p.m. background noise.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So the NBA did a good job by selling it to NBC. I didn't really know what that long play was, and now I'm seeing it, and at least it's something to put on. Appreciate you tuning in. Go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star. All the video shows will be up immediately after we are live on YouTube over there as part of that Spotify deal. So check us out over there, and then please rate and review the show a 5-star on iTunes. It's all the fucking advertisers still care about. Do that. We're in negotiations for 2026 as far as advertisers and all the other fun stuff. So help us out by doing that. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll be live with Drinkin' Bros fake news here in about 10 minutes on Patreon as soon as Byron puts up this video here of Monday Morning Recap. For D'Anthony Hollaway, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Monday Morning Recap. Good morning, everyone.